Morihiro Saito, the guardian of Iwama. In the world of martial arts, few figures embody loyalty and technical precision like Morihiro Saito. For over half a century, he stood as the gatekeeper of the founder's original vision. While Aikido spread globally and evolved into various forms, Saito-sensei remained in the small town of Iwama, preserving the Takamusu Aikido, the spontaneous and powerful union of body, sword, and staff. In the secluded forests of Ibaraki Prefecture, a revolution in martial arts took place, not through change, but through preservation. Morihiro Saito was a man of iron and earth. For 23 years, he lived in the shadow of the greatest martial artist of the 20th century, Morihei Ueshiba. While the world saw the great enlightenment of Aikido, Saito saw the sweat, the blisters, and the precise geometry of the founder's secret weapon system. Today, we go beyond the surface. This is the 56-year odyssey of the man who promised never to change a single technique he was taught. The early years, poverty and steel. Born in 1928, Saito's childhood was defined by the austerity of the Showa era. In the 1930s, Japan was a nation of tradition and growing military fervor. Young Morihiro was fascinated by the legendary swordsman Yagyu Jubei, but his reality was the hard labor of a farming village. After World War II, Japan was a broken nation. The GHQ, General Headquarters, banned martial arts, forcing the old masters into hiding. Saito, then a young railway worker, felt a void. He tried judo and karate, but something was missing. In 1946, a co-worker told him of an old man on the mountain doing strange things. Saito, skeptical and strong-headed, went to challenge or perhaps learn. He found a man in his 60s who possessed an unshakable gravity. That first encounter wasn't a conversation. It was a realization that everything Saito knew about strength was wrong. The invisible curriculum, lessons in the morning mist. To understand Morihiro Saito, we must understand how he was taught. In the summer of 1946, training didn't begin with a handshake. It began with 40 minutes of silent prayer in Seiza before the sun rose. While the public saw Aikido as a graceful art, for the Uchideshi in Iwama, it was a trial of endurance. Saito recounted that O-Sensei's teaching style was anything but systematic. Ueshiba would swing a Jo staff in a flash and simply say, "If you watch carefully, you will understand." When the students failed to grasp the movement, the founder wouldn't slow down, he would do it faster. It was a world of intuition over explanation. Because the founder believed that the body, sword, and staff were one, he demanded total commitment. Saito was tasked with building striking stands, Tanranuchi, for power training. He built them from wood, only to have Ueshiba smash them with a single strike, shouting that they were too thin. Eventually, Saito learned to lash together massive logs to withstand the impact. When O-Sensei would give explanations, he would just say, "The Jo is like this," or "The Ken is like that." And so I think that there were only a few occasions that he actually taught weapons. I think he taught them in Osaka and Shingu. He probably taught them also in Hombu Dojo on some special occasions. Each morning, the air in Iwama was filled with the sound of wood hitting wood. If the students' ki, spirit shout, wasn't loud enough, O-Sensei would scold them from 200 meters away. Saito often laughed, remembering how exhausted students would sometimes stay in bed and just shout into the air to trick the founder into thinking they were training. But it was this unstructured intensity that forced Saito to become a scholar. He realized that the founder's spontaneous genius needed a bridge to reach the rest of the world. He took the nameless rapid-fire movements of Ueshiba and meticulously categorized them into the 20 sub-yuri and the famous 31-movement Jo kata. Saito didn't just learn Aikido. He translated a master's intuition into a language the world could finally speak. The railway and the dojo, a life in parallel. The 1950s were the Iwama years. Ueshiba had retired from the public eye to perfect Aikido. Saito's job at the Japanese National Railways was his greatest blessing. Working 24 hours on and 24 hours off, he became the only student capable of matching the founder's erratic and intense training schedule. Imagine the life: 24 hours of grueling labor on the steam engines, followed immediately by 24 hours of prayer, farming, and relentless practice. While other students like Koichi Tohei and Kisho Maru Ueshiba were busy establishing the Aiki-Kai in Tokyo, Saito was the one waking up at 4 a.m. to serve the founder's tea, till the rice fields, and then pick up the wooden sword. This wasn't just training, it was Shugyo, a spiritual and physical forging. Because Saito was often the only one there, he became the primary partner for Ueshiba's experiments with the Aiki-Ken and Aiki-Jo. The technical revolution, Kenjo Taijutsu Rei. Saito's greatest contribution to martial arts history is his codification of the weapons system. Ueshiba never taught kata in a structured way. He moved spontaneously. Saito, with a technician's mind, realized that if these movements weren't categorized, they would be lost forever. He developed the system of Kenjo Taijutsu Rei, the unity of sword, staff, and body. He proved that a simple hip movement in a projection, throw, was identical to the movement used to strike with a sword. He broke down the founder's complex movements into Suburi, individual strikes, and Awaze, blending exercises. For the first time, Aikido had a curriculum that allowed a student in Italy or Sweden to learn the exact same foundation as a student in Iwama. He emphasized Katai Keiko, firm, static training, to ensure that the power of the breath, Kokyuho, was real, not just a theatrical dance. The global mentor and the conflict of styles. By the 1970s, the world came to Iwama. The Iwama stylists became known for their thick bones and powerful grips. Saito was a charismatic teacher, demanding perfection but treating his students like family. He published the legendary Traditional Aikido series, which remains a gold standard for technical reference. However, a rift began to grow. As the Tokyo Hombu Dojo moved toward a more fluid, soft, and public-friendly version of Aikido, Saito remained steadfast. He refused to modernize. He kept the farm work, the atomy, striking, and the brutal conditioning. This led to the unofficial birth of Iwama Ryu. Though Saito never officially left the Aikikai during his life, he created a unique certification system for weapons, Bukiwaza, that was separate from the standard Dan rankings, ensuring the purity of the founder's martial weapons remained intact. The Eternal Guardian, Death and Legacy. Morihiro Saito passed away on May 13, 2002, battling cancer with the same stoicism he brought to the dojo. He left behind a world transformed. His son, Hitohiro Saito, took on the mantle, eventually forming the Shinshin Aiki Kai to protect the specific pedagogical methods of his father. Saito Sensei was the link between the old world of the samurai and the new world of global martial arts. He taught us that loyalty is not just a word, but a lifetime of service. He didn't want to be a founder. He wanted to be a mirror, reflecting the light of Morihei Ueshiba as clearly as possible. As we look at the thousands of dojos practicing Iwama style today, we see that the mirror never cracked. The guardian of Iwama may be gone, but his Aiki echoes in every strike of the wooden sword. Before his passing in 1969, Morihei Ueshiba gave Saito a sacred charge, to be the protector of the Aiki Shrine and the head of the Iwama Dojo. For the next 3 decades, Saito traveled the world, publishing the Traditional Aikido and Takamusu Aikido book series, and creating a global network of students known as Iwama Ryu. Morihiro Saito's life was a testament to Giri, devotion and duty. He didn't seek to change Aikido, he sought to remember it. By preserving the Iwama style, he ensured that the founder's most intense years of study were not lost to time. Whether through a wooden sword or an empty-handed throw, the spirit of the guardian of Iwama lives on in every dojo that values the precision, power, and history of this martial way. Over more than 50 years of continuous practice, Morihiro Saito's contributions to the Aikido world were monumental. Despite the evolution of the art in urban centers, Saito remained the anchor for the founder's original teachings. His achievements were defined by a refusal to compromise. He preserved the original standards of taijutsu, body techniques, and bukiwaza, weapons, exactly as they were passed down by the Kaiso founder in the 1950s. While others adopted the modern modifications of the Aiki-Kai, Saito maintained the Iwama style, which included the vital daily practice of gardening and agriculture. Under his watch, Iwama became a global mecca for Aikido, attracting hundreds of students from every corner of the earth seeking the Uchideshi experience. Saito was also a pioneer in documenting the art. In 1974, he published the landmark 5-volume series, Traditional Aikido, followed later by the 5 volumes of Takamusu Aikido. Though he intended to publish more, his work on the weapons of Aikido remains one of the most studied technical legacies in martial arts history. Beyond books, he authored several Super 8 films, later preserved on video, capturing the dynamic movements of a bygone era. Perhaps his most profound conceptual legacy is the term Kenjo Taijutsu Riai, the union of the truths of the sword, the staff, and body techniques. His katas were so effective that they were adopted by various styles worldwide. In the 1990s, recognizing the importance of the weapons O-Sensei had entrusted to him, he established a specific graduation system for Aiki weapons, ensuring they were treated with the same prestige as empty-hand ranks. Charismatic, technical, and demanding, Saito Sensei was a master of pedagogy. He spent more time training with the founder than any other student, and he carried that gratitude until his final breath. A traditionalist to the core, he traveled the globe for decades to spread O-Sensei's Aikido, never seeking to form his own independent organization during his lifetime, remaining a loyal bridge to the past. Thank you for watching this tribute to a true master. Don't forget to subscribe for more martial arts history.